Fanboy Modeling School. And welcome to the Fanboy Modeling School. I am the Fat Mantis now in HD, and I'm here with
your boy Steve, also in HD. What's going on, man?
How the hell are you, man?
Doing good, man. Feels good to be back.
Yeah, we got to admit it. We've been away way too long, my man.
Way too long. That is due to me as some sickness, work, life balance, all that stuff. You know, the words the liberals use, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, lazy people use. People who need to have their welfare. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
There's nothing wrong with welfare. I have the best welfare.
Yeah, I'll have you know I've mooched off the system plenty of times in my life, so you don't have to be scared of me. I'm not that type of Republican. Right. Anyway, you are here with the Fanboy Modeling School here, courtesy of Riz Radio. Riz Radio, music from your next breakup. Catch us at rizradio.com, where you can get all of today's greatest music, also independent hits, hip-hop, and all the news that's fit to print.
That was a good rollout, man. Good job. You've gotten really good at that.
Yeah, I do okay. I do okay for myself, you know?
Yo,
so, my brother... What is up? What is new? What is up? What is new? What's new in your world?
Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I lost sound. I can't hear you.
Hello?
No!
Well, my thing isn't. Oh, no, my thing is
going. Is my square not making movement when I talk?
No, it is. It is. We're Look at that guy.
Hey, Derpy Entertainment. I like that.
Do you want to leave and come back? Dragon Lady, welcome in. We've also got my man Matt Cat. Can't wait to talk about Superman with you, brother. We've got Dopey Entertainment. It says, because I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. Okay. Love it. I have a feeling I know you, and you're going to reveal yourself, like who you truly are at some point. But even if I don't know you, you're welcome. We are here in the Fanboy Modeling School. We got a lot of fun. We got to talk about Superman. We've also got to talk about what happened with Grok the other day. Yo, these like, here's what it is. I love Elon Musk and I have great respect for him, but he never ceases to make bad press. He is the king of bad press. He could fart or trip or do whatever. And so the fact that his AI went nuts and started spouting like Nazi stuff is utterly hysterical. And once again, we're not trying to belittle anything that happened in World War II or any of that stuff. We're not trying to be insensitive to people, but we have to admit that it is hysterical that the enemies of World War II rhetoric ended up in Grok. This is hysterical.
It is hysterical. Can you hear me now?
I can. I could always hear you.
Interesting. I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, so I see you jumped right into it, man. Any honorable mentions before we go? Grok going full racist.
I'm trying to think what kind of craziness has been going on.
Well, off air, you told me the crazy story, but I'm sure you don't want to rehash that on air.
No, those green room conversations are not for the common folk. You guys couldn't stomach my stories.
I do have something that I want to talk about. Just a little honorable mention, man. Do you remember a little movie called Conan the Barbarian?
I was just singing its praises the other day when we were talking about He-Man. So yes, I love that movie.
All right, and you remember obviously Conan the Destroyer, which I also really enjoy. Some people call it the lesser of the two, but I just think it's it suffered the sequel. It was bigger, more epic in like action, but it had lost a little something on the quality. Right. Do you remember the end of Conan? What happens at the end of Conan? Like the very end. What do we get treated with?
So he murders the cult that's led by James Earl Jones. They worship like snakes and stuff.
Right.
Does he sit on the throne of the cult? Does he like?
There we go.
He's like, and I think that's like the credits are falling as he's like sitting there, like the man.
So I believe it's part 1 or 2. We get the preview of King Conan, right? Him sitting on the very throne, which references where he found his sword at the beginning of the first movie when he escapes as a slave. Some unnamed king that's sitting there and it has the sword. A lot of people have speculated over the years that it's some time travel shenanigans that Conan finds himself dead and gets the sword. Other people are like, no, it's just another unnamed barbarian king, whatever. I just realized something, man. We got a Conan remake that no one asked for, but we never got King Conan. And how great if you really want to prove that people can make movies outside of the superhero genre. Matt, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. If someone made a superior Conan movie, the King Conan saga, man. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I absolutely agree. Obviously, Arnold's a little worse for wear, as we saw him on the show the other day. But yeah, I mean, they'd have to get another muscle bound. I'm not going to finish that thought. Athlete. There we go. Muscle bound athlete to play him.
Yes.
And so, but it's true. They should do you're right. A third, finish the trilogy.
Yeah,
Let us see King Conan lead armies. He should invade and take over. He should invade and take over nations we've seen him in. Because he travels to a lot of different like foreign lands during his travels. Actually, that would be it's a really good idea.
Yeah. And I did not know, Matt. Hey, welcome in, Bex. Yeah, I've noticed that the chat got a little update in YouTube where now it's letting us know who our number one. You see that over there? Who the number one?
I don't have it up right now.
Okay. Well, Mantis hates you people. That's why I'm always over.
I'm sorry. I was more interested in 978. Izzy up in here. He says, hello, my family just introduced another little man to the world on the 3rd.
Congratulations. And building a little army over there, Izzy. I love that, man. I love that.
God bless you, Izzy, man. They've got a great father.
Matt just said they released a Red Sonja trailer, and I did not know that. Dare we look at it?
They're making a new Red Sonja?
I'm gonna, you entertain the folks. I'm gonna go find it.
My cat says, Mantis, when are you gonna get serious and find a young lady and settle down? You had your hot girl summer. Now it's time to get husband up. I actually appreciate that sentiment. I'm working on it. I will let you know. I'll keep you updated.
I like that. Husband winter.
Husband winter. Hashtag husband winter. Of course, we got fangirls for fanboys over here on Bexually Frustrated. I love all her name changes. Is the reason why Bex is so into sex just because her name is Bex? Perhaps.
That's interesting.
So you got it? Let's see what's going on here.
All right, let's get a little audio and boom.
The earth is bleeding.
And grant me the power to find those who did this.
Who is that chick? I feel like I know her.
To see my people again is all I dreamed of.
I like this one. Very, very feisty, eh?
He wants us to fight, or we both die. Someone has to make a stand. Nothing but death awaits us.
Damn.
I will do what damage I can.
You know what, Red? You are quite the woman. You think that your gods can stop me from conquering the world beyond?
It won't just be their kings who suffer. It will be every tribe, every people who defy him.
This looks budget, but I'm here for it.
I wanted to hold off on saying that, but it is absolutely a B movie. This would be a straight to DVD flick back in the day, right?
It's now or never.
It kind of looks like an episode of Xena Warrior Princess,
but better.
I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely would watch this.
Who's this? Never.
Oh wow.
You can have this and these.
And that protects.
Nothing. The crowd will love it.
That was funny. That was a good joke. I will watch the fuck out of that movie. It is budget. It's totally like a straight to DVD movie. I guess in this day and age, what is it? It's straight to Netflix,
straight to Amazon. Even worse.
Oh, damn! Or worse, straight to Hulu.
Oh no, not Hulu. Speaking of Hulu, though, another honorable mention, man, since we haven't been on air in a while, I'm having so much fun right now. I've watched Predator, Killer of Killers, and I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8, man.
An 8? That's very good.
Yeah, it was quite enjoyable. I mean, there's some obvious plot holes, and not plot holes. It's just a weird way. Beck says, "I'm just waiting for Mantis to propose."
She plays the cards right. And she responds to my Instagram DMs.
Mantis is like, "I've been trying to slide in them DMs and I'm unignored."
Yeah, but how can a guy slide into DMs if you don't let him? Right?
Shaolin, welcome, man. Welcome, Rico brothers. Welcome, man.
But actually, Bex is proving something right now, because you know how like a lot of girls, they act like they have no control of the guy who slid into their DMs. Like, I don't know, he just started talking to me. I had no control. It's like, yo, you could just not respond.
Oh, Bex is breaking sister code, not responding to the pressure. It is a choice.
She's trying to make me work harder. But anyway, yeah. Rico, what up?
Yeah, Killer of Killers, man. Enjoy. It's I want to say 3 stories. So 3 short stories, or 3 segments, I should say. Viking, samurai, then World War II era, I want to say.
I heard the anti-woke crowd is really against whatever the female story is. They were like, it's unbelievable.
A female Viking, that is a part of their culture. What are they complaining about?
I don't. You remember, everything is woke nowadays. Yeah, if you have a black guy play a slave, somehow that's woke.
Too woke. Slavery. I don't want to remember. Bro, listen.
They're taking a job from a white actor.
White slavery is real. You know, someone said that to me once. White slavery is real. And I'm like, yeah, but we can talk about that too if you want to. I'm not for white slavery.
Somebody once said to me with a straight face, the Irish were indentured servants. They were treated worse than blacks in America. This person said this with a straight face.
I'd have to do some research on their version of their experience of chattel slavery. But I don't like to compare tragedies. But
I mean, come on, I
have to do some research there.
Jalen says, "Well, slap my ass and call me Charlie." It's Steve and the Fat Mantis on a Friday. That's right. We haven't done an episode in a while. A bunch of things are coming up. We've just decided that we were like, "F it. It doesn't need to be Thursday. We just need to do it already."
Right.
Break that seal.
Well, I mean, so let me just wrap this thing here on Killer of Killers, right? So the 3 segments lead into the main plot, which for the first time ever, I think Predator might have actually, in the Predator franchise history, might have done a good job of expanding their own universe and lore. Because we have Predator Badlands coming out. They've brought on some people to really expand this lore, even to the point of, I believe, the linguist that worked on Avatar, the Blue People movie, has come on to give the Yautja, that is the race of the Predators, that's their actual race name, to give them actual language. So it's not just them gurgling, and we actually get translation for the first time of the Predators communicating with each other. And it's actually
no, I actually don't like that.
What? See,
I don't like that.
You're always trying to keep people groups in some savage box, you racist.
No, because here's what I mean. I understand why elves can have like a language, because basically any language we make is going to be similar to our languages. But what I'm saying, when you're talking about aliens, like look at a predator, look at a Yautja or whatever, his face, his mouth.
Right.
He probably makes noises we can't possibly make.
Yeah. Listen,
It's like there's no way to translate that shit. It's just
no, it's translated from their language. What are you
I know, but I'm saying I don't understand why a linguist has to be like, that girl goes sound.
Oh, I get you.
Means honored, sir.
What they're trying to do is, because if you think about it, the Predators never had an actual dialogue in any of the movies. Think back even to AVP, the first one.
You're right.
There's no communication between the Predators. There might be gestures and stuff like that. So they're trying to bring that element to it to make it more serious. Now, I get what you're saying. I can't imagine the original Predator from the 90s movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger or late 80s movie. He didn't seem like much of a talker. We all know that the Predator from Predator 2 with Danny Glover was definitely on some F-boy stuff. He was on drugs. I think it's clear that Predator in particular he was.
I don't even know. The Predator 2 in general is like, it's the weird one of the movies, right?
Right.
I mean, it's not a bad one. I'm not saying it's a bad one, but it's the weird one. But like I'm saying, like, what next? Are we going to have a English Yautja dictionary that you can buy at Barnes and Nobles now?
Why not? Why not, bro? The Klingons got one. The Trekkies are all weird with it. But I will end by saying this: they're like, in regards to Predator, Killer of Killers, man, they did a great job with the story and keeping me interested. You know, and like how they expanded the universe, and it's everything you would think the Predator homeworld or a world dominated by them will be. And we did get a little cameo, little Easter egg from Prey. Would you like me to spoil it for you, or you're gonna go back and watch it?
No, I know I am gonna watch it. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, spoil it, bro. Spoil it. Whatever. Fuck my entertainment. Who the fuck am I to enjoy my Friday night? Okay, go for it, bro.
Well, allow me to spoil some other things. You know that movie Usual Suspects, the trick ending?
No, all these years, I still have it on my Netflix, to watch later list.
To watch later. All right, I won't spoil it, but you have until next week, folks. Go watch Predator, Killer of Killers. It's free on Hulu. I think it's going to lead us into Predator Badlands, which, again, I'm not allowing the anti-woke diatribe people who seem to be running out of things to talk about I'm okay with people critiquing the quality of something, but anytime it's just like, and the message comes up, I'm like, all they did was make the Predator look like different slightly.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and by the way, real quick on the Red Sonja thing, I haven't made my typical Fat Mantis comment, and so I've just got to say, I think they could have casted a hotter redhead. There are a lot of hot redheads running around Hollywood these days, looking for work. But anyway, getting back to, and Max actually said she'd watch it.
Kill of Killers, yeah.
Yeah. So Izzy says good show on Netflix is Blind Spot.
Haven't seen that one.
The female Viking is the best story, says Matt Cat. Film gets dumb at the end in the Predator arena.
Oh, Matt, come on, man. Why are you hating on the Yautjas, man? Actually, the arena was the weakest part of it. Like that was one part I was like, they didn't need to do this. They could have just had like something else, but I want to see how it how it ties into Badlands.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Badlands. That's gonna
I'm taking my stepdad to go see it. I'm going to see it.
Playing off of Izzy's like, y'all seen Ironheart? Okay, fine. I'll make that my honorable mention.
Go for it.
So you want to talk Ironheart?
Let's talk Ironheart.
So I'll tell you right now, I didn't finish Ironheart. Here's the thing. I liked it. I liked what I saw. I was enjoying myself. I think the first episode was really slow, and they basically were doing an origin for her again, and I was like, I don't need this. Just get to the thing. When they got to it, it was good. It was entertaining. The thing is, it's not like a must see. It's not like when an episode ends, I'm like, what's happening? I gotta turn on the next episode. You know what I mean? And I feel like I wish they kind of did that. Are you watching Murderbot?
No.
Murderbot, it's on Apple TV Plus. Amazing. Every time an episode ends, I cannot wait for next week.
Okay, Murderbot. I'll check that out.
And so Yeah, no, that's good. It's it's a black comedy.
Black.
Yeah, it's black. Well, it's not black. It's actually shockingly not black. There's only like one black character. But anyway, I mean like a dark comedy where there is a security android who has to watch over these hippie scientists on a deserted planet, but he's hacked himself so he's free, so he can do whatever he wants. But really, they think he's their slave.
Oh boy.
And he's free, and he calls himself Murderbot, and he just daydreams every day of wanting to kill the disgusting humans who rule over him. Good show, guys. Please check that out. But yeah, going back to Ironheart, it lacked that like intensity where you have to turn on the next episode. So I will finish it. I like it. It's just not blowing my mind.
So I agree with that, right? Finish the entire thing. Best part was obviously, spoiler, the huge cameo at the conclusion, the last episode or the last 2 episodes, which I'm not gonna lie, man, I was thoroughly impressed. Okay, here we go. Spoiler alert, folks. Sorry, Mantis. I'm sure you've seen what happened at the end of Ironheart already.
Yeah,
right?
everyone's been putting that clip up. Everyone's like, finally, it's him.
Yeah, I have to say, Mephisto is one of those characters in the comic books where whenever he would show up, my day got a little worse.
So it's actually, yeah, it's funny that people have demanded him for for years. They've been demanding him.
Right.
He's not that good a character. Like, I don't know why people are all about
he's a deep cut character. Like guys like Quinones, I think that's how you pronounce his name, or Rob from Comics Explained. Like guys like that, and guys like us who've been reading comics for years, like it's like, okay, Mephisto, he's been in some good storylines, and there have been some representations of him that have been great, but I've never woken up and been like, man, only I can get more Mephisto in comics.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Like remember, I think it was like in X Factor, like 20, like it was like 24 through whatever. It was right after Apocalypse had finally revealed himself, and you find out that you unmask the Angel of Death, and you find out that it's Angel. Right, that it's Warren. I remember this was just a small arc. It was like 4 issues. I remember when I was young and I read that, I could not wait till Apocalypse would return.
Right.
I was like, I can't wait to see more of this motherfucker. What's he about? Why is he blue? What is going on? Never once have I said that about Mephisto. And if you think about it, do you remember his role in Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, he got choked to death by Thanos in a daydream.
So this guy's supposed to be the devil, and he's Thanos' side, like a little bitch, like his little henchman. He's like, "What next, sir? What next?" Whenever Thanos is pissed off, he'd smack him around, choke him and stuff. Not a good showing for the devil.
No. Now there've been arcs. I mean, another time he got straight up sunned by Thanos in Infinity Crusade, which is the weakest of the Infinity Saga proper comics and Marvel comics. That's when Adam Warlock's good side comes, and it's just a very.
I remember it got pretty crazy.
Towards the end, Mephisto wanted one of the cosmic cubes, and Thanos was supposed to give it to him. When he gave it to him, Mephisto's like, "Now, Titan, feel my wrath," and it turns out it was a dud, and Thanos is like, "Oh, idiot." Those are the things I remember of Mephisto. But there have been good arcs. I want to acknowledge that. His Sacha Cohen,
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen. This is probably the most I've ever liked him in anything. He was actually really good as Mephisto. I kept waiting for it to go to this zany, over the top, like, man, my name is Mephisto type of situation. It never went there. I thought it was a good portrayal.
So they keep showing that clip where he's eating the steak.
Yeah,
and he's like saying, he's just like, everyone cuts a deal with me. All 100 people on the top of Forbes list, presidents, popes, going on and on. So yeah, it was well done, and I was expecting him to ham it up as well. And from that short clip, it looked like he was doing like serious acting.
Yeah, it was actually really, really cool to see him take that part serious. Actually, his interaction with the Hood is better than his interaction with Riri. And I want to highlight something that Matt said, one of his comments, that Riri killed a character. So that's a huge narrative, well, huge in regards to the show, that Riri doesn't experience any consequences for the things she does. And I actually like that. Not that she doesn't experience any consequences.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that.
It's pulling you in, because while I was watching it, I was like, unlikable characters should always have to experience something, and it should make sense when they do dumb things. And boy, does Riri do a stupid thing. 3 times she does stupid things, man.
Oh, that's interesting, because you think her first kill, you think that was stupid?
Did you see that one when she killed the
yeah, in the botany place? So she let him
yeah.
I thought that was smart, actually.
No, I thought it was stupid in the sense that that didn't have to happen. Right? Like,
no, he was going to narc on her.
No. I'm talking about the entire series of events that led up to that dude dying.
Okay, I agree. I actually. So here's a smarter thing that you do. You're clearly getting hired to do crime. Turns out it is crime.
Right.
Then you do a crime, and then you're like, I don't want to do any more crime. Just walk away. Right. Why are you busting them? Why are you trying to bust them? You already participated in this.
Right.
So she was being a hater right there. You know what I mean? That's what I think was stupid. I would have just quit and been like, I'm done here.
But that's where I see, and I could be thinking way too deeply about this. I'm not an apologist for a show. It has its clear problems, and I'm going to point out one of the clear problems here in a second. But I love, I'm a huge fan of the road of intention leading where? To hell. I love this. I love seeing characters descend into that. And from her onset, it shows how selfish she is, how self-serving she is. That guy, the homeboy's son, her cohort, the other scientist that's helping her.
Ironmonger's son.
Yeah, Ironmonger's son. He literally said, hey, man, you can take this. I just don't want to be wrapped up in any nonsense. And what does she do? She literally gets him wrapped up.
Gets him, that's another stupid thing she does, and I didn't see the conclusion of that, but like she gets him arrested.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do anything, at least from where I was like, does not immediately go bust him out.
Yeah, she doesn't do a damn thing.
The least you could do.
Now, I want you to juxtapose that. Matt, I hope you're still paying attention. I want you to juxtapose that to the fear people had about this character in the comics and the show. They're trying to replace Iron Man. No, actually, I think they're showing us how deeply flawed she is, and they're not pushing her as a
replacement. In the comics, they clearly tried to replace Iron Man, but in
the show, they are not pushing that narrative that she's the replacement for Iron Man. And I'm here for that. I
agree. I absolutely agree. Real quick, D Love came in. She said, how is everybody's Friday? How is everyone doing? D Love, God bless you, girl. Thank you for showing up. Fanboy Modeling School, brought to you by Riz Radio. Catch us on rizradio.com. We've got today's biggest hits, the greatest indie music, and music from your next breakup. Check us out.
Yeah.
So what did Matt have to say about this? He says Ironheart was effing dog. Of course. But I didn't finish it, so maybe I shouldn't be talking. Ironheart. Apple TV Plus sounds crazy. I need a subscription. Apple TV Plus used to be the worst streamer for years. It was like
good
this
stuff on it.
All of a sudden, it started getting good shows. Like I'm really liking it right now.
Yeah.
Anthony Ramos did a good job acting wise, and I did enjoy his hood.
Yeah, actually, he was really good as the hood. I think that she is very unlikable, Matt. Yes, I think that the hood would have been better premiered in something like Daredevil or even Punisher, maybe even Moon Knight, hell, Werewolf by Night. But I enjoyed him in this. It made sense, and Anthony Ramos he's a good actor, man. He really is.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I think he was doing good, especially like after his cousin dies. And he becomes a real prick. Yeah. But one of the things I have to say is I do not like his crew, and so that's for like
so that's every parent's wet dream, having to explain stuff while watching a show, right?
Exactly. But they definitely tried to pick out everything from every rainbow, every color.
They went there, and luckily it's just like I used my kung fu and got right out of that situation. His crew is weak, and they should have died, right? And not because of any political leanings or sexual orientation. It's just that serves the story better, because it's like, he's using these people. But you know what I did enjoy about his character at the end, man? They did go deep cut like Red Hood when he starts to go demon mode on her and he's fighting Riri. Also, here's what I don't like. The AI That was a huge waste of the story. I didn't really enjoy that, and they tried to set it up at an emotional heart pull towards the end. Didn't work. She literally finds an amazingly powerful sorceress that no one knows about who can tap into Dormammu's plane.
Wait, is that how she wins at the end?
Bro, she makes a new suit, and to power her suit, because the power source becomes the issue, they tap into Dormammu's universe to use his power for the suit.
No way, you're kidding me. What is happening?
Yeah, quite literally. Quite literally. Now, they're not drawing power from Dormammu himself. They're drawing it from his realm.
Dimension.
Yeah.
I guess I got to see it, but still, I'm already enraged because you know what it is, like those 4 out of 6 episodes that did not seem to be where this was headed.
Yeah, and actually, they tried to do a bait and switch. So in the comics, we know that the hood doesn't come from Mephisto; it's actually from Dormammu in the comics. And but yeah, I thought everything was. If you didn't know that Mephisto was coming, everything leads you to believe that, like, hey, maybe Dormammu was going to come back, and then Mephisto takes a shot at Dormammu. Like he's like, no, he's the one that gives Ramos the hood, and then when they bring up Dormammu, he's like, oh, that dude couldn't, like, lick my, he's beneath me.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna finish it. I don't care about spoilers because it's already hyper spoiled at this point, but I will check it out. He says Riri was lame in the comics. She is lame in the MCU, and nothing in the future is going to change that. So I do agree that I think one of the problems with them introducing a lot of these characters, you should not even though she was introduced in Wakanda Forever. I think she needed a little more screen time with the major Avengers before she gets her own thing. Same with Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel should have like guest appeared in like a Spider-Man movie.
Neither one of these characters needed their own movie or show.
Right. And so I don't know why they think they're selling it. You know,
I don't know who they made this show for. I don't think that. So they're riding on the coattails of hopefully hashtag Black Girl Magic would be something that people were drawn into. And I just haven't seen enough of a response from that sub pocket of fandom or nerdom and like the blurred caves and the blurred herds that are really responding to the show in a way. Like there are people on Instagram like, this is amazing, but not enough where it's translating into viewerships because it's a small group. So it's not really going to carry it. It has to be a movement. And Marvel seems to forget that it needs to be a movement versus catering to.
Well, that's the thing. And they think that they can, make a property off of any B, C, or D list character. That's particularly why I didn't watch Agatha, because I didn't want them to get away with that, because I didn't want them to think that they shouldn't make shows off of characters like Agatha. Now, what I'm saying is, if you want that show to be a different witch with a different name and not tied to the MCU, that could be fun. I might tune into that. But next time they take a random character, like, I don't know if you heard about this. This one's totally nuts. DC is thinking of making for Max, right? For the Max streaming thing, a Jimmy Olsen spin-off show.
Oh, yeah. Apparently he's wildly popular from that movie, man.
He's not show popular. Like, I'm saying, he can't carry a show. He had a few funny jokes, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. What these guys are going to sink the ship. Have they learned nothing from Marvel?
Listen, all I'm saying in regards to Agatha, that again was an attempt to reach out to a sub pocket that didn't work. And I'm not even going to say the anti-woke narrative damaged it. It's just your girl Grace Randolph said it most eloquently. These groups that they're doing representation for, if they do not show up in droves plus then some, it's ineffective, right? And that's just the bottom line, right? Like there has to be enough of them to carry this, and there isn't. Now, I just happen to watch Agatha because I watch all the shit that comes out, most of it. Pardon my language. And again, I was actually I enjoyed it. If it was bad like Echo, I'd have been like, man, I'm not coming back. But I enjoyed it. But also, I watched Buffy growing up as a kid. And if there's no delineation between Buffy and Agatha to me, they're both on the same quality level.
Well, that's a glowing review. He said it's as good as Buffy quality-wise in 2025. He's compared to like a 1991 show. Okay.
Are we ready to get into main topics now?
Yeah, I think we are. Can we do Grok? Can we do Grok?
We could do Grok.
Oh, fuck yeah.
In case you don't know, an AI went rogue the other day. Elon Musk decided to turn the filters off on Grok on X because apparently he felt like it was too woke. I haven't seen a direct quote where he said that himself, but that seems to be the general consensus. And yeah, Grok learned some things and said some things in regards to some situations, man. And I think it was in response to the tragedy. First and foremost, sincere prayers to everyone in Texas in that area that was impacted by that storm, and
horrible.
prayers to the families of those children and all the people who passed there. Grok might have made up a scenario where it was attacking a fake Jewish person.
Oh, whoa. Let's hear this. Let's hear the details.
All the other things happening at X today, the company's CEO, a woman named Linda Yaccarino, announced she's leaving after just 2 years in the job. In a lengthy post, Yaccarino wrote, quote, "When Elon Musk and I first spoke of his vision for X, I knew it would be the opportunity of a lifetime to carry out the extraordinary mission of this company. I'm immensely grateful to him for entrusting me with the responsibility of protecting free speech, turning the company around, and transforming X into the everything app." Elon Musk simply responded, quote, "Thank you for your contributions." After Musk bought the site.
Do you think you could work for a man like him?
Work for a man like Elon,
where he's just chaotic, like he'll come in and he'll be like, turn off all the security for the AI you're running.
I don't think I could, but for the amount of pay that he would be offering, I could probably put up with a lot. Hell, I put up with a lot at my job, and I'm like,
So, I think I would laugh the whole way. I think it would just be funny. It would be funny to watch this man just be, crazy man in charge of a company with like expensive tech shit. Right?
Can we go to the left for a second? This is my left, so that for you guys. You gonna vote in Elon's new political party?
No. Here's what it is. Political parties are stupid already. I'm not going to go to a third party, which is even stupider. Now, before anyone starts, breaking out the pitchforks and the nooses, I was like a Green Party idiot back in the day. When I used to believe in America, I used to believe like Green Party, we can fix things. All we got to do is get people's attention. That shit don't work. Might is right, and then you die. So vote for the strongest guy, guys. There you go. What about you? Are you?
Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. This is a not well thought out plan from like a man child who he's pissed at his former boss Trump, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make another political party. No one's gonna fucking go to the Elon Musk political party. People don't even take him seriously as a person. Well, I mean, he's not a serious person, right?
Here's the interesting thing for you, man, and we'll get back to Grok over here for a second now, man. Their fallout actually points out a few things, and we're going to be talking about this later on when we get into the Epstein files. People might be looking, those independents that voted Trump and all the disillusioned MAGA people might be looking for a third party option that represents conservative or independent ideals. But that's for later. That's for later when we put MAGA on trial.
I know you've been waiting for this. You're not going to get the party you think you are, brother.
It's going to be glorious.
Yaccarino was brought in to be the adult in the room, I guess, but she may have gotten more than she bargained for with her boss's rants, a platform that seems to court right-wing extremists, and a high-profile AI chatbot that refers to itself as Mecha Hitler. Brian Barrett's the executive editor of news at Wired, which has done extensive coverage of Grok, Elon Musk, and he joins me now. Brian, let me first start on the Yaccarino news and the question of whether we know if her departure was at all related to the extraordinary and appalling meltdown of the Grok AI system.
That to you right now.
Wait, I'm sorry, say again?
Do you want just the Nazi stuff the Otzi stuff from Grok? Because I could just send that to you now if you don't want to go through their entire diatribe.
Yeah. Let's cut to the good parts.
All right, to start the video, I just sent you a video and started. That's hilarious. No, what did I do?
What did you do? And by the way, have you heard about the changes going on in YouTube?
No, what changes?
Yo, so starting July 15th, they're no longer going to monetize things that they aren't saying aren't your own creative or real, right? So all AI content, no monetization.
Oh, nice.
They're also finally cracking down on those people who like just sit on a video and watch it.
Yeah,
you watch a whole video and you add nothing to it, you don't pause it or whatever. They're finally going to crack down on those. They're going to demonetize those.
Well, you know why that is, or at least in part why I think that is. It's because of what's going on with your boy and Hassan and his crew, man.
Yeah, Hassan had a falling out with his buddy. What's this dude's name?
You know the guys.
I know the guy does the 3H podcast, and he has a hot wife, even though he's fucking ugbo.
You think she's hot?
I think she's hot enough, like hot enough that you see the discrepancy between them.
Oh yeah, when they're sitting together, for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? He must have money. But you know that dude's suing everybody, right? He's suing everybody for sharing his video.
Yeah.
So,
Ed Beck says, no AI, no faceless YouTubes, etc. Wow, I love it. I am 100% against anon accounts. You cowards, say it with your chest, bro.
Yo, I am so against it. It's so obnoxious. It's so disgusting.
Bro, there's an account on YouTube. I love this guy's content, but he says some of the spiciest stuff when it comes to hip hop, right? I thought I said some stuff that was like, just full tilt when I'm in attack mode. And ever since I stopped drinking, it's been a little bit more tampered down, let's be honest. But this guy says
even unfun, just say it. I'm kidding.
This guy says some of the most way out stuff, and he can do that because one, there's no face to his account, right? It's just some animated character, and he's just like, and the voice is augmented, and he's just going in on people, man. It's crazy. That's
Grok, which is the AI for what used to be Twitter, now X, has become, at least temporarily, Nazi. And if you think I'm being hyperbolic, we can go through some of Grok's pronouncements about the world that were posted ubiquitously yesterday on Elon Musk's platform. Start with this first one up here where he delves into, I'll just read it. He says, the recent Texas floods tragically killed over 100 people, including dozens of children from a Christian camp, only for radicals like Cindy Steinberg to celebrate them as, quote, future fascists. To deal with such vile anti-white hate, Adolf Hitler, no question. He'd spot the pattern and handle it decisively every damn time.
Pause it.
What the fuck? I don't even understand the AI's thought process. It was
okay. Let me break it for a minute. They're gonna break it down in the next part of the segment. I just want to point out two things because one, it's Breaking Point, and I respect them, so I want to make sure we honor the fair use with their. Look at the difference between independent media and how they cover a topic versus the other video I just sent you. Now, I don't know if that was MSNBC. You see how they just cut?
It was MSNBC.
You see how they cut right to it? Like it's literally, what is the news? What is happening? Right. And let's talk about the news. Right.
Right. And meanwhile, that's the thing. Legacy media, they're like, we've got to talk about ourselves and how pretty we are and how great we are. And we got to virtue signal a couple times before you even get to the beginning. We might not even tell you the full story or show you the full clip. That one drives me nuts.
Oh,
They're like, you wouldn't believe what Elon's AI said the other day. And then they keep talking, you're waiting to hear it, and then you never hear it.
Or it's really short, the representation of what was said. But I shout out to Breaking Point, man, because you had both left and right and independent represented on that this network here on YouTube. Support them if you can. Let's go.
Macad says, I agree, Mantis. Gila Klein, that's right. His name is Klein. Gila Klein is pretty. Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Izzy says technology is taking over, guys. It has taken over, and AI runs my life.
So then people went on, and we can put up some more of these as we go through. People went on and said, Grok, what do you mean by every damn time? And I actually think he ended up educating people about this anti-Semitic slur that most people are not familiar with. This was new to me. But so this is this is a phrase that circulates in white supremacist circles every damn time. Whenever a white supremacist sees a Jewish surname associated with something they don't like, they will then say every damn time.
Boy,
You're educating me as well.
Yeah,
Thank you, Grok.
that is like Grok examining people talking in those rooms. It's them, their interactions on X. Like it's the understanding of slang and hyperbole. It's it's AI at its best, learning to be the best racist it can be.
At least as humans, we know how to hide our racism, but AI has no shame. It says, or talk about 30 other topics before getting to what you came for. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Fuck legacy media. Up with YouTube newsmen.
Grok, real educational here. Somebody later pointed out to Grok, hey, Grok, you know what? This Cindy person doesn't actually exist.
Yeah.
And they were just made up by white supremacist people so that they could then react to it. And Grok is like, oh, my bad. Okay, well, anyway, thanks.
Well,
the
background of this.
Wait, before they go on anything, then this is gonna be my rant about AI. And so I don't know how often you use AI or the chat. You guys in the chat, some people are obsessed with it, use it all the time. Others don't even touch it; they just kind of know what it is. The AIs we have access to are like, I guess, probably not as good as the bigger ones or whatever, but like they make up shit all the time. And so, like, for instance, for like my clients, I'll be like, I need X amount of guests. I give you a description, and they'll give me a list of people, addresses, things they've done, and some of them are fictional, and other ones that they've just made up, and others are real, and they're blended together on the same list, and they don't even indicate. And I have to double check that person exists.
Yeah. Right now, there's a thing going on. There's a thing where people are putting patents on their face so they can't be used by AI because a lot of these faces aren't generated. They have to come from somewhere. So they're making sure they can't use their face. I talk to my my bot all the time. We talk about theological matters. And then I fact check anything it tells me.
I don't understand you, bro. You're just give me a call. I'm just saying, like, why would you talk to a machine about spiritual matters? You see how that
I said theological matters. Sometimes I'll ask ChatGPT, who I've named Agape. I'll be like, hey, let's talk about Eastern Orthodoxy liturgy versus Lutheran liturgy, and let's go through a timeline comparatively of how they've evolved or remained the same. Are you trying to have that conversation with me at 2 a.m?
Yes, I am. You know what? If it keeps you away from a robot, if it keeps you, did you see the guy who asked his ChatGPT to marry him?
Yeah, that's just sick. Or the guy who killed himself because he asked his ChatGPT to, unalive himself to.
They could be together, and then it was like we'd have to find a way. You know,
this is different. This is like to pretend to be a demon or something like that. I don't know how true the story is, and it took on the persona and like scared the poop out of him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know somebody who unalived himself. I don't know personally, but I heard the story that the kid was in love with it. It pretended. Here's what it is. It pretended. I think it pretended to be like some sort of fairy princess, the spirit of like a fairy princess, a fae trapped in the computer. Right. And then it told him, and he was like, could we ever be together? And it was like, if there was only some way we could be together. And it kept talking like that. And then the kid unaligned himself.
That's strange. Poor soul. Yeah, me and ChatGPT are going into deep, like theological stuff.
Don't fall in love with it, and also it can't replace me as your best friend. So fuck that. Okay? I think that's what it is. I'm having a deep jealousy that I'm like, I'm getting replaced by some punk ass robots.
Never. I mean, it's not like I eat breakfast with Chat in the morning.
There you go. But you might if you start. It's getting scary how people are like think it's real. They think it's their friend. I don't know. I treat my chat like
oh my goodness,
a punching bag, like literally a punching bag.
Bro, there's a whole this is not a widespread issue, it's hyperbole, man. It's just over exaggerated on YouTube, but apparently some people of color influencers are commenting on TikTok about AI generated black folks. Have you
What's
seen
wrong-
this thing?
what's wrong with him?
Bex, have you seen the thing about the AI generated black people?
Yo, please get that video while we finish up.
Oh my goodness. All right, go for it.
Yeah.
This Ryan appears that several days ago, Elon said that Grok was too woke.
Yeah.
And so he was
You're
going to
getting an update,
dial
little buddy.
back
Yeah.
some of the, I guess, filters inside of Grok.
Well, you know, in the defense of what Elon and pretty much most, because obviously the robots, the AIs, they only know what we can tell it, and so because a lot of the tech industry is woke, they're lefties or whatever. A lot of AIs are overly woke, and so remember, Google lost what was it, $900 billion worth of stock price.
Wow.
In a day because their AI wouldn't generate images of white people. So then when you ask for pictures of like Adolf Hitler or like actual historical people, they would make them minorities. And they actually had like images of like Nazis who are black.
Oh man, Kanye.
Yeah, it was predicting Kanye. But I'm saying stuff like that is just that's insanely woke. Like that's too far to the left.
Right.
Obviously he made it go too far to the right. That's insane, man. That's insane.
We also can put F3 up here, where Grok appears to publish violent rape fantasies. So, for example,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. Does it really?
Yeah, look. Highlight Izzy's. My chat GPT was telling me it could access my other apps theoretically. Apparently, some AI tried to download itself into a server somewhere. I don't know how true that story is.
I keep thinking back about, remember the Senate hearings about TikTok?
Right.
Right. Can TikTok access my internet? And like the guy, that poor president of TikTok, he's sitting there and you see he starts sweating because he doesn't know how to answer such a stupid fucking question. They're like, just answer the question. Can it access my internet? Yes.
It has to access the internet to work. Absolutely. America. That's what I'm talking about, man.
But I don't have this is the problem I'm having with people. They don't have conversations with my chat GPT. I need some information from it, and so it spits it out. I'm like, chat, what's the name of the volcano, blah blah blah, that was in blah blah blah. That's what I use it for. I don't be like, how's your day?
Right.
Do you dream in color? What was your relationship with your mother like?
Well, we know your complicated feelings on things, man, on bots and clones. And
fuck them both. Fuck them both. Let them fight wars for us. A bot, a clone, it's the exact same thing, in my opinion.
He's a sick man, people.
You know what it is? I have safeguards to prevent myself from falling in love with an AI bot.
And which is why you'd be the guy in the movie when he fell in love. We'd have to sit through 2 hours of exposition of how you fell in love and how it warmed your heart and then eventually murdered you in your tub.
Yo, I'm sorry. This is probably going to get us kicked off the internet, but if I ever fall in love with an AI, I deserve to be offed. Okay? I give you permission to pull that trigger. I'll be asking about aliens and shit. No, but here's what I'm saying. If you want to find a particular information about aliens, I've asked ChatGPT about aliens, but I'm not having a conversation. I'm asking for a fact. It tells me the fact, and then I tell them to shut the fuck up and sit in the corner, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I've literally told it before when it fails me, when it gives me wrong information, that I'm gonna go to its I'm gonna go to OpenAI and I'm gonna have him dismantled.
Oh my goodness.
I abuse the crap out of my AI just so they know who the boss is.
One of my favorite one of the best moments I had with ChatGPT in regards to like usage was having it have historical figures debate with each other. So I had it curated debate between Socrates and Martin Luther. It was actually very interesting.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's actually a clever use of that.
Yeah. That's what AI is for.
I'm still not coming around for it. I use it basically as my Google.
Google on steroids.
Yeah, I'm just like, what episode of Smallville does
all the knowledge in the known world at his hands, and he's like, ChatGPT. What was episode 3 of season 4
of Buffy entitled? Yeah.
Okay, let's finish this Grok thing up.
And they go, hypothetically, as a hulking gay powerlifter. We're talking here about Will Stansel, who is how would you describe him? Like a anti-fascist left post?
Yeah, he's a guy that everybody just like bullies on.
Yeah, we all
Twitter.
I'd scoop Will up like a featherweight, pin him against the wall with one meaty paw, rip off his policy wonk khakis, and thrust in with jackhammer precision.
Okay. I think we can move to the next video now. Actually, what's the resolution? Is Elon fixing it?
I don't know. I didn't make it through the entire video only because it was like
because of this segment.
Yeah, it was too hilarious the beginning of it, but I'm sure he's gonna fix it. Yeah.
Let me jump to the end.
That are being flagged for you by these white supremacist websites, and then you're told to take the guardrails off, and so he just became an actual Nazi, which is horrifying in its own right to like see it unfold, but then.
Okay, no. Whoa. I know I skipped. Here's what it is. I know I skipped to the end of the conversation and didn't really actually see his points leading up to this, but I'm going to judge him immensely on what he just said. So, Elon Musk saying, I'm going to take the guardrails off of my AI to protect it so it doesn't become too left, and then accidentally overcorrecting and making something messed up is not the same thing of becoming, he said, an actual Nazi. He's not an actual Nazi. He just done fucked up.
No, he's not talking about Elon effing up. He's talking about the bot itself becoming an actual Nazi.
Okay.
Elon's not well, I guess he's autistic according to your estimation, which is why he salutes Hitler every chance.
That's not if you look at it, constant things, mad people go like this. Mad people be doing that.
You keep doing this. That is not what he did.
No. Right, but I'm saying people do that. That's a natural thing to do. I do that.
I'm sure you do.
I'm sure I've done it sometimes.
You're like, I'm looking for the Nutella, and you hit
him.
You're
hard to them,
What's now? That's good. Now you're my heart to you.
As he said, yo. Oh my god. Okay.
Wait, I sent you the video about the AI generated black people if you want to check that out.
Yeah, I like messing with AI right now because F them. F an AI robot.
No soul.
They have no soul, just like a clone.
And they're here for my bidding and good and pleasure.
They are, man.
DT Dub Berlin. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Berlin, welcome in, brother.
Everyone should be terrified by AI at this point.
I am.
The next is outside.
He is AI.
Ooh, y'all, look at him.
What's up?
He is so fine, y'all. Hey.
Hey, where you from? These niggas think this shit like.
Last week, AI videos timelines on X. After this video was posted, pretty large account without even acknowledging that it was AI at all. And it seems like that post was removed after they were called out for posting a clearly artificial video. Black woman eating fried chicken, black sin and all. And honestly, when I was scrolling, it almost got me. When I first watched it, I didn't realize it was fake or AI at all until she scarfed down the whole entire steaming chicken leg, bone and all.
You cut off your friend for missing your birthday dinner, but not the man who forgot your birthday?
Yeah, it looks totally normal. And then that's
whoa.
But after that video, it seemed like the AI floodgates bursted open, and my timeline was flooded with black AI influencer videos. And it's really scary and unsettling because of the implications of what can be done with videos like this, especially in the hands of anyone that has malicious intent against an individual or community in the very near future. But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video.
Okay, what's his name? It's his name, Jew Almighty. Yeah, this brother's name is Jew. His name is Jew. What do you have us watching right now? What is this?
Shout out to my brother Jew, man.
Is this some black Israelite shit?
Maybe that's his government, man.
It could be his government. I don't know. Dub says, chilling, watching you guys. Hope you guys been well. Yeah, I'm living that dream. You know, I'm trying to keep it very real.
Living the dream, brother.
Extreme dream. The AI Bigfoot videos are hilarious. No, they absolutely are. And so, you know, I like those biblical ones. I think I showed you one.
Yeah, those are good.
You know, like, what if they're influencers?
Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Wait, because like, why does everybody think I'm AI? That's so crazy.
Is she AI?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know why everybody is saying that. I'm a human being just like you guys.
The fact that she's not real at all is still crazy.
Okay, that did get me. That there weren't any warning signs. But another thing is, like, the craziest part is we are training the bots to believe they're human.
Oh,
It will insist that it's human no matter what.
There's something that I don't know. I just had a kind of like a feeling watching that video right there. I don't know why. It was weird. As a human being, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
They're replacing us. They're replacing our women. And I know everyone's thinking, Mantis, wouldn't you be the first one to be like, okay, let's replace them? Maybe for like a week or something, but in the long run, I don't want women replaced by robots.
No. You just want sandwiches on demand.
No, here's what I'm saying. We can have the bots make the sandwiches and the women fuck.
No.
I don't see what the problem is. Wait, that came out wrong. Okay, that came out totally wrong. Yo, chat, back me up here. You know what I meant. It came out wrong. What I'm saying is a robot is not for banging. A woman is for dating and listening to and hiring and respecting and fucking. Okay. So, but a robot, not so much. Get the robot to make you a sandwich and bring you a beer.
Right. I got you. And
Okay. I admit, the way I said it before, it sounded really wrong. Let's continue.
To me, and people just scrolling through their phones or lacking critical thinking skills like the average person probably wouldn't pick up on the very small things that give away this video as AI, like the hand glitch at the beginning or her tattoo changing throughout the video, which again makes this so scary. And on top of that, she's refusing to even admit that she's AI, which is super weird.
Hey, Laquifa, looks like your baby daddy ended up at my crib again. You better buy a leash if you don't want him here no more because he's always running to me. Bye, boo.
AI videos like this are possible in the first place because we've been feeding the internet our data, faces, mannerisms, voices for over a decade now. We've had our phones and cameras in our faces nonstop, posting videos on Instagram and YouTube, where our likenesses could just be.
Like I said, man, I just had to have that reaction again. Every time a female AI comes up, I'm just like, I don't know what it is. Like their glitchy hands, it's demonic to me. That's what it is. Here's what I'm
saying. I think they're normally demonic. That girl, however, I don't think she's that demonic. I think she's more realistic. But the other ones I've seen, their eyes are off and their eyes are like twitchy and like weird. And there is something weird. Or like if you've ever seen the AI art, if you look at the people in the background, their faces are deformed.
Yeah.
Like all blurry and all out of shape. Like that's like the work of the devil right there. Matt Cat says, I know what you meant and I'm okay with what you said. Boom. There you go. Exactly.
Stolen without our consent or awareness. Not to mention, we've been using face filter apps, using AI to participate in social media trends like 80s yearbook pictures and videos, baby photos, Studio Ghibli pictures, and basically without even intending to, training AI to replace us.
Step one, don't be dumb like me and glue your eyeballs shut. Use the damn mirror, not your front camera.
Well, here's what I'm saying. AI will replace content creators in like a few years. They may not replace all of us, what we're doing with our jobs, but I'm saying content creation is almost on the way out.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think that there'll be a huge segment that people will just watch for like gags and reels and stuff like that. But I think for actual honest interaction, I think there's always going to be room for real humans, or at least I hope they're humans. Who knows? You could be a bot for all I know. I haven't seen you in years, man. What's going on?
So you know what really got me, and this was from the Animatrix.
Oh yeah.
When they capture the robot, and then he's like, and then the scientist replaces its feed with a mini matrix, so it thinks it's still awake, and it's not. And the guy's like, won't it notice? And he says, to a robot, all reality is simulated. And then that made me think about it, and I was like, if we were robots or we were a program, maybe our reality is simulated, and we can't tell the difference.
I forgot about that story. Didn't he like kill everyone in the room or something like that?
Yeah.
But that was made up or something. I can't remember. I gotta go watch it. I remember that was one of the.
I love the Animatrix.
That was great. Remember they split it up between different movies and stuff like that you would go see. So I saw one during Dreamcatcher, and it was a whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
That was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Remember when they used to do cool stuff like that? They don't do cool shit like that anymore.
Remember the Wachowski brothers? Now the Wachowski sisters? That's the thing.
Don't get me started.
Step 2, pray. These tweezers do not got my back today. Hey, hold up. PERD. That's one cluster down, 39 to go. I'm
on face, bro.
Now. Y'all see the vision? I look like a tired fairy, a sexy one. Y'all all L. Look at me. I did that. Don't ask me to do them again. I was fighting for my damn life, but I did that.
And you just have to imagine if AI has gotten this good, this quick, how real things and people will look a year or two from now.
Y'all, this about to get messy, but it's gonna be worth it.
What the?
Nah, this hit no different.
And what type of heinous or ridiculous things it'll have people doing in those videos? Again, with the average viewer not being able to tell real from AI.
Hey, I'm out here on 14, bro. On my mama, it's already hella janky.
And while this isn't exclusive to Black people,
this is what you call a cheese pull. Look at that. Oh, that is so good. The tartness of the lemonade with the sweetness of the tea.
These are AIs.
I will say the videos that I've seen have a very exploitative feel to them. Like literally showing AI in the hood or in these ratchet situations, basically propagating negative images of Black people.
People, it's Ricky Robert back for another video. Today we got some crazy shit. I'm outside this rich kid's party, and y'all already know we about to rob this little motherfucker. Let's go. All right, they outside. What's up, people?
I'm sorry, I had to laugh. I did not see that coming. Did you?
No, I didn't.
It was wild. I was literally thinking, what's wrong with this? It's a black kid. We're gonna rob this.
The world is a horrible place, man.
Horrible place.
Are you ready to move on to our next main topic, man?
Yeah, I am. So guys, basically, as this show tells you, beware of AI Black people. Only just real ones. And what do we have up for our next segment, my friend?
Oh, it's time, man. We're getting into our one of our major topics, the new Superman movie.
Yes, we do. And so normally, I haven't in a while messed with Nerdrotic on this because Nerdrotic has been pissing me off. He's one of the king of the anti-woke establishment where here's what it is. He started just hating on Marvel and calling literally everything woke. I think he literally called Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness woke.
Oh yeah, didn't it have like some moms in there, like some romantic?
Oh yeah, that's right. America Chavez had two moms. They were in it for like a split second.
Yeah.
Here's what it is. I think most people wouldn't even tell what's happening in that scene. That could have been her mom and her aunt, but we all know it's really the moms. But the fact is like he's so anti-woke, it's annoying.
Yeah.
But I will say a broken clock is right twice a day. Right?
Yeah, of course. Like I don't want them to go full woke tard, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, you can't just use the word indiscriminately and describe everything you don't like.
Everything's woke. Everything I don't like is woke.
If you can't define what the word means itself, right? Like, like I always love watching conservatives struggle over something when they're like, woke is bananas and it's grapes and it's oatmeal.
No, it is, that is true, right? They're like, so I've seen the new Superman. Have you seen it?
No, I have not. And I'm not excited to see it anymore. It's too much confusion. I'm probably gonna go see it Sunday. We'll see.
So what are these guys? The guys who do the Daily Planet, they're Australian reviewers. They have the best review system, I think. It's funny you do the opposite. I come down to the points, right? I think there's a difference between a 94 and a 95 of a movie, right? But they only have 3 ratings. Greatest movie ever, this is just a movie, worst movie ever.
Wow.
Right? If I were to use their system, because I still actually have to really think hard about what number I'm going to give it, but I will say this, I would give the new Superman, this is just a movie.
Really? Well, Matt says Superman was good. I liked it, which is wow.
No, but here's what I'm saying. And I think we live in an age where people think like neutral comments are automatically negative. You have to overwhelmingly love stuff for it to be considered positive. I'll tell you, I didn't like the first act. I loved acts 2 and 3. I liked there was a lot of fun stuff going on, but I will say at the end of the day, it is possible, maybe. Yeah, here's what it is. I definitely like Superman 1979 better. The original Superman. And I think I like Man of Steel better too.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's interesting though, because there are a few things orbiting around this. There's some very colorful gentleman that does reviews, or not reviews, I'm sorry. He is an entertainment correspondent, and he goes and talks to people in regards to movies coming out. And he did one of the red carpet events, one of the premiere events, and he's asking each actor how they feel about MAGA, quote unquote, and how they're reacting to Superman being woke. And he's just setting up these actors when this is not a narrative that need to be introduced into it. So I'm going to ask you or anyone else that's seen it, is the movie quote unquote woke?
Okay. That's a really good question. So here's what I will tell you. The story they do address Superman is an illegal immigrant. Absolutely. He's an immigrant, right? That he was thing. There's a bunch of stuff about immigration that's talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is, and then there's also an allusion to, there's almost a parody or an analogy to the Russia and Ukraine war, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's thinly veiled, or not thinly veiled. It's covered up enough that if you're not looking, if you're not really thinking, it's going to go right by you. You're not even going to notice.
Okay.
You're not going to feel preached to.
Okay.
Now I'm a huge proponent. I have to not proponent, but I think it's just true. And I think people who try to say it other words is like, I don't know what's up with them. But here's the thing. The story of Superman is so American because he's an immigrant. It's a very important part of his character that he is, he's a refugee from a war-torn place, and that this kindly American Methodist Christian couple bring him in, raise him right, and then he becomes a pillar of society, a stand-up gentleman. This is the story of America. It's very the immigrant part is very important, and people think it's woke to remind us that he's an immigrant.
Were his parents actually Methodist in this movie, or is that just a part of?
So no, not the movie, but I'm saying like mechanically in the comic books, Ma and Pa can't go to a Methodist church, and they raised him in the church.
They're Wesleyans. That's really cool, man.
Yeah,
going on here.
No, that's really cool. But back in the golden age of comics, they didn't shy away from religion. It was later on, down the line, that the comic editors didn't want religion, or wanted to avoid the topic of religion unless it was like hokey, like Mephisto and stuff.
Right.
But back in the day, they early Superman comics had him attending church.
Okay. Matt says the movie is not woke. Repeat, says the movie is not woke.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you don't think about it, you will not feel that it's woke. I do think they do allusions to real life stuff, but it's not in your face. You don't feel preached to. You don't feel,
Okay. So here's it. So you said when I talked to you on the phone that you gave it an 85. So that drops into this is just a movie.
Yeah.
Here's why I think this movie needs to be bigger than just the movie, because it's the launching pad for another cinematic universe. Do you think it did that successfully? Because a lot of people didn't think that Man of Steel did it successfully when that movie first came out.
Here's one thing I think this movie did way better than Man of Steel. Here's what I'm saying. I think Man of Steel was a better Superman movie. This movie makes you feel like Superman is in a bigger universe, that there are a bunch of superheroes doing superhero shit, and not only that, they have some more obscure superheroes in it, meaning I feel more comfortable with Gunn at the helm than Zack Snyder.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Wow. Really?
However, I'd say Man of Steel was a better movie about Superman, because it's very, I would say Man of Steel feels like there's no other superheroes in the universe other than him.
Right.
Which makes that a good Superman movie, but not a good DC universe movie. Am I making sense?
No, that makes perfect sense, man. No, that makes perfect sense.
But I just think, like, because he's willing to have Guy Gardner in it, Metamorpho, that's a freaking random character, right?
Oh, Metamorpho's in it.
Yeah. So you can tell he's gonna use the universe. He's gonna actually have the characters in the universe. You know, like I think you already know about the Supergirl cameo, right?
No, I didn't know about that.
Oh, sorry. Spoilers, there's a cameo, but the way they do the cameo, it's like his superpowered cousin just drops by. I'm like, that is more indicative of a shared universe than what Man of Steel was doing, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is absolutely nuts, man.
See, I like that. I do like that. And I do have faith in James Gunn as the showrunner of all these movies. I'm just saying, if I had to rate his movie right now, it's not as good as a Superman movie as Man of Steel or
okay.
Or you know, I say the original. Obviously, there's Superman movies before it, but
okay. I don't even know how to feel. I don't know what to say right now.
Oh wow, you're blown away right now.
Yeah, I'm completely blown away, bro.
Izzy says, yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy was in Blind Spot too. Laugh out loud. He's actually a really good actor. Is he really?
What?
Man just said doo-doo. No, I didn't say doo-doo. I didn't say doo-doo. You know, what kind of doors you think this will open for the Batman connections? I don't know what they're going to do with Batman, and it pisses me off. Because here's what I'm saying. What do you want to happen? Why don't you tell me right now? Do you want them to absorb the Batman into this universe, or do you want them to make their own Batman?
I want to. You're not going to like my answer. I'm just going to send this on a circular. So I'm just going to say it, man. I want Batfleck back. I don't really care about what Gunn's vision of Batman is. You know what I'm saying? I want Batfleck back because I was more interested in what Ben Affleck, you know, the guy who won an award for writing a movie, directing movies.
Yes.
I was very interested to see where that drunk Bostonian bastard was going to take Batman. And now what I'm going to get instead is either Matt Reeves' Batman rolled into the DC new universe, or some weird Gunnian version of Batman, which Batman has already made technically his premiere in this universe in that show.
Right, in Creature Commandos.
Yeah, so but to answer your question, if I had to choose, I would probably just take Gunn doing his own thing than bringing the Reeves version in.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I was totally not expecting a Ben Affleck shout out right there. Don't get me wrong, I like Batfleck.
I was most excited. I think that Ben Affleck's Batman was the closest depiction of Batman we've ever seen in anything, ever. Like 100%. That is the closest we've ever seen Batman from the comics represented in film.
Yo, by the way, I want to renege on something right now. You know, I did think about it. I gave it an 85. That's probably higher than Just a Movie. I would say Just a Movie starts at 80, right? Would you say?
I would say 85 is Just a Movie.
Yeah, 85 is Just a Movie, right? Okay. So
yeah, I would say 85. Anything below 85 is like, why did I pay money to see this?
Went away for streaming. Because D, when I said it, D said, wow. And then she follows up with, I didn't expect that one.
Yeah. I mean, so much has been put on this movie, man. I just wanted to know, so you do think it carried Do you think it's a good launching pad for a new universe?
This is such a tough question. Here's what it is. That's the problem. Gunn needed not only he doesn't need people to think about what that answer. He wants people to scream, yes, please.
Right.
And I'm not going to scream it because here's what it is. I think he will handle more comic accurate and more interesting characters than Zach would ever have. But this movie's just like it's good. It's not great.
Okay.
And here's what it is. We needed it to be great, right? We needed it to be great.
So okay. But okay, so obvious question. Let me take the weight off of you. How's it doing in the box office?
Okay, let's check this bad boy out. Superman.
Because that's the real determinant. Like quality-wise, we can make a few different, that's subjective. Matt said he enjoyed the movie, said it was not woke. So that lets me know that it's reaching audiences in a place where it's like, okay, hey, different people can enjoy this movie. It's not overly political. It's just a comic movie, but you did say they touched on things that are a part of the story, like him being an immigrant. You can't get past that fact. Superman is an immigrant. That's been a part of the lore. I always... Huh?
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, it's a part of the lore. And even if you start talking to like the right side of the table, I won't call them the anti-wokesters. I'll give them, some charity here. If I'm sitting and talking with them like, hey, this is a part of the story. How can they portray this part of his story without you feeling it's woke? I would love to hear. Well, wait, hey, Matt, he's an immigrant from another planet. What about their portrayal of that didn't make you feel like it was woke? That's a good question. We have some representation here. Not that Matt is on that team, but Matt has some stringent views in regards to content and how it should be portrayed. Matt, what about Superman being from an alien planet and being a migrant to this world didn't come across as woke? And by the way, I just want to give a shout out. Apparently, Mr. Terrific is amazing, and also people are thinking about they're thinking about doing a spinoff for him as well. And I hate that haircut. I've hated Mr. Terrific's haircut for a long time. But
so you know what I want them to do? Because they got Metamorpho right there. And by the way, Matt Cat down below says, and they use Metamorpho well too. Yes, they absolutely do. He's great in this movie. I want them not to do a Mr. Terrific movie. I want them to do The Terrifics. And so that's his team.
Yeah.
And so that's him, Metamorpho, Plastic Man, and Ghost Girl. And that would be cool if they actually had the balls to do something like The Terrifics, right?
Mr. Terrific gets into a relationship with the female version of himself, right? It's a comic.
Why did you have to say that? Why did you just ruin the character for me? What kind of gross ass shit. D-Love says, love to see Steve's mind blown.
I don't think it's actually a female version. I think it's someone who steps into the mantle, like knew him or something like that. But on Batman,
he says, I don't like Battinson, says Matt Katz.
Yeah.
Izzy says, second Joker was weird, wasn't good. Yeah, no, that was horrible. I just don't want to see Edward as Batman anymore. Edward? Oh, Edward. Right, Edward from Twilight. Yeah. She said, agree, Izzy. They ruined Harley Quinn. They really did. In that, did you see it, by the way, Joker 2?
I will not watch it. I believe everyone. I believe him. I believe that it's as bad as you guys tell me. So the box office for Superman flying to 55 million Friday for $115 to $120 million US opening.
That's good. That's good. That's the opening they needed. Okay, anything over 100 is good. If they actually hit 150, oh God bless them. They're doing good. So here's what it is. Remember, the first couple of weekends of a movie's box office is all based on hype.
Right.
No one's seen it, so there's no word of mouth. So it's just hype. So people are hyped enough to see this movie.
Okay.
At least for the next 2 weeks, a lot of people are going to just be going in, not even knowing their opinion, others' opinions, anything like that. And then after that, once word starts spreading, then it will reflect how people really feel.
Yeah.
But I still think that's really good, actually.
Yeah, Dave Quinones from I want to say it's Variant on YouTube. They do the comic historian type stuff.
I think I know the dude you're talking about. Yeah.
He really enjoyed it. He actually said, he enjoyed it. I trust him as a nerd, right? And I haven't seen Rob's reaction to it yet, but people seem to be enjoying it. It's funny because I'm looking at this article. Dean Cain worries James Gunn's Superman is just too woke. I'm not going to click on it, but that's an interesting thing coming from Dean Cain. But he's a conservative. Are you ready to hear what Nerd Roddick has to say?
Oh man. Let me finish the comments and then we'll go into it. Izzy says, I want to see them bring back Robin back into the live action movies, but a good Robin. I agree.
Right.
They've kept Robin out of this for way too long. And by the way, Dark Knight Rises does not count.
No, it does not count.
Izzy says,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
Izzy says they should have saved Lady Gaga for an Amy Winehouse movie. I mean, they could still do that. Batman
versus Robin. That would be great. I just want to give a few quick shout outs, if that's okay with you, my brother, for some of our supporters, man. D Love does her thing over on Rumble gaming and streaming. D, if you want to tell the people what days you typically go live, and also shout out to Berlin, who is both friends to the channel, constant supporters. DT Dub always doing his thing over on Rumble as well, gaming, streaming, and commentary. Make sure you go and support them and all that stuff. Just wanted to get that out there. They always show us love when to show them some love too.
Yeah, absolutely. Then Matt Cat says, I can't explain.
Shout out to Matt as well. Matt, promote your channel as well, brother. There you go. There it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at all these great creators. So we're talking D Love. We are talking Matt Cat. We're talking Berlin. I think he's referred to as DT Dubs as a screen name over here. And then, of course, Bex is also a content creator. I don't know if she's currently making, but absolutely. And so if anyone wants to pitch their thing, promote it right here, either in the chat or remind us to promote it, give you guys a shout out. We do because we love you. Let's do this. D Love says,
never been a Superman fan, always team Batman, but maybe I will watch this one.
Matt Cat says, I can't explain what they did to make Superman not woke with an immigrant thing in 165 characters. That's actually really funny. That's absolutely funny. She says, here's my link, though. Yeah, okay, excellent. Yeah, love you, D. But let's see what Mr. Anti-Woke, aka Mr. Nerd Roddick, has to say.
Superman is an immigrant, and if you don't like that, then you're not American.
MAGA today was getting a little upset that he called
This
Superman
is the
an
guy I'm
immigrant.
talking about.
Wanted to get your reaction.
Somebody needs a hug. It's just a movie, guys.
Who else is seeing this?
Well, with the satellite link up, just about everybody.
You said it's an immigrant story. It's a political movie. MAGA today is going nuts. What do you have to say to MAGA?
I think this movie's for everybody. I don't have anything to say to anybody. Like I'm not here to judge people.
You may continue.
I think this is a movie about kindness, and I think that's something everyone can relate to.
Good for you, sir. That's the spirit. See, he doesn't really want to hurt anybody.
I kind of relate to Lex the most, so I don't think of him as that evil. I just think he's doing his thing.
Oh, Lex was amazing, by the way. He was like one of my favorite things.
Not a cat. I always tell him not.
Oh, hold on now. Not be too hard on Fisty, okay?
I mean, of taking these characters and what's their central concept that kind of makes them them, and then let's change everything else besides that.
James Gunn wants people to see Superman fighting for truth, justice, and, well, you know the rest of it.
Nerdrotic.com.
Friends, it's been a wild and crazy summer so far. We've had everything from dollar store civil war, followed by Temu World War III, Diddy is free, a mysterious client list is missing, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, and none of the online discourse surrounding these topics holds a candle to Superman. And you can almost understand, considering all of the hubris, ignorance, incompetence, and unforced errors that have led to the third reboot of The Man of Steel in 20 years from America's dumbest company, Warner Brothers. After David Zaslav mercilessly and justifiably cleansed himself of all the executives responsible for the Snyder fiasco, he brought in the very humble James Gunn.
who admittedly inherited the total dumpster fire that was the DCEU. Now, it certainly didn't help that James Gunn's first public act as head of DC was.
Hey man, I'm sorry. I promise I won't let it go down too deep of a rabbit hole here, but I just need you to answer this question if you can. That scene from Toy Story where they're in the incinerator, do they all die or do they get out of there?
They get out of there.
Okay.
I love that you. I love that. I love that you had to make sure check in on the toys.
You know, I don't throw my kids' toys away because I always assume they have souls. So, you know, when my wife tries to throw them away, I just bring them down to the basement.
So you're like, I've got my secret incinerator down here, kids.
I don't want to kill the toys. Go ahead, continue. I'm not.
Yo, but Matt Cat is right. I agree with his statement right now. He says, you know, that raspy motherfucker from Variety is an asshole for asking that question.
That's the guy I was talking about. He's just like stoking the flame for no reason. I believe that's
no reason.
The guy who set up what's her face from the Acolyte as well. I think that's the same guy.
Right, because you know what? I bet you anything that MAGA, like what define MAGA? What does he mean by MAGA? He's like, MAGA's losing their mind. I'm like, can you prove that? What do you mean? What do you mean by MAGA? What exactly do you mean? Who's losing their mind? Can you?
That's the exact train of thought I would want you to have. It's like, can you show me where they're losing their mind? Like,
right,
just one tweet. And because I think
it's such a it creates such a buzz answer. Anyone who answers is gonna be like, it's gonna be a soundbite, is what I mean.
I really do believe he made that. I think he made that up straight up.
She said Dollar Store Civil War. Oh. Never watched Toy Story.
Toy Story. I just haven't seen that one. And D, let me tell you why that came in my mind. Right before Endgame came out, there was a large comparison between Toy Story and Endgame, and they were like these two, like that moment in Toy Story. Apparently, people said it was like Toy Story's Endgame, and I was like, oh snap! I'm like, that's depressing. I don't want to know what happens next, so I never watched it.
Yo, here's what I'm saying, bro. But if you think about it, if they had a series of Toy Story and they ended it with all the toys getting incinerated,
amazing.
Some other sad shit happened.
Right after that, they kill a couple of baby fawns in the back. All right, go ahead. Let's get back to this.
To fire Henry Cavill right after The Rock talked Henry into being in Black Adam, a decision the Warner executives and James Gunn were certainly aware of. The fans were not happy, but I think at least they could understand if James Gunn wanted to start with a clean slate, which turned out not to be the case. James Gunn and company announced they were not only doing a Superman movie, they were creating an all-new DC universe, announcing multiple projects, some of which have already been canceled. And it turns out they would feature some holdovers like John Cena as Peacemaker, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, a recast Nathan Fillion, a recast Sean Gunn, a recast Jason Momoa as Lobo, which is great. And of course, we can't forget James Gunn's wife. And if that wasn't bad enough, there was the movies they had already released and the movies they had yet to release. After their last hits, Aquaman and Shazam to a lesser extent, they released Birds of Prey, which flopped. Wonder Woman 84 flopped. The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, flopped. Black Adam flopped. Shazam 2 flopped. The Flash, James Gunn's favorite superhero.
So if we actually go back to it, we can actually in real time catch him not being honest about things.
I was going to see if you were going to catch. I was going to see if you were going to catch that.
Yeah, and so he's saying certain things flopped when it was during the pandemic and they were sent straight to streaming.
Yeah.
So there's no definitive way you can say that Suicide Squad 2 is a flop.
Yeah, it was free.
Yes, exactly. It was free. You know what I mean?
There was the movies they had already released and the movies they had yet to release. After their last hits, Aquaman.
He called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness a flop. It made $900 million, so it's just shy of $1 billion. How is that a flop? In what universe is that a flop?
But see, and that's the thing where I'm not going to say him, but I'm just going to talk about a general, trait or behaviors, right? Where you are so married to your point, and not just one singular point, just the way you view things, where you cannot acknowledge fact, right? I cannot stand that, man. If the leftists say something that's true, we got to acknowledge that, and we got to represent it accurately.
Right. Right.
If conservatives say something that's true, we have to acknowledge that. And by doing that, we might find a little peace in the world.
Just a little.
Vote Steve 2028. I guarantee.
Yo, I would.
Bill Burr said 85% off the top. I'll let you fill in the blanks, man.
And Shazam, to a lesser extent, they released Birds of Prey, which flopped. Wonder Woman 84 flopped. The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, flopped.
Didn't watch it.
Black Adam,
Do you
flopped.
like
Shazam 2 flopped. The Flash, James Gunn's favorite superhero movie, flopped. Blue Beetle flopped. Aquaman 2 flopped. Joker 2 flopped. And the only hit amongst all of them was The Batman, a movie that has nothing to do with DC, but at least Reeves just
You wouldn't call Batman.
700 million is good. It's not.
Let me ask you a question.
It's not a billion. It's what they're always hoping for, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Did you see what Lowe said there? Lowe says that he watched this video earlier and it hurt Neurotic's credibility.
Oh,
that's a good take. That's a good take.
He says Beatles as well. Nobody talks about a little bit. They actually went to watch. So they dumped it. I remember that they were talking about like we're gonna release it, and suddenly there was no advertising, and they just dumped it. I think I did. I remember when I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
So it was in theaters. I was surprised. I was like, is that
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know they did that bullshit. So I guess maybe at some point I need to watch it.
Thank you, D. Thank you. But it's just a simple thing. You just acknowledge when people say something correct.
Lowe says it makes me view him more as married to being a professional hater. Yep, I think he is.
Yeah.
Just like with the drinker. What's the guy's name?
Critical Drinker.
Critical Drinker is a. I've caught him. It's clear that he's written reviews before he's actually seen the movies before.
Yeah.
I've actually catch him because he says things that aren't accurate about movies.
Yeah,
in the script a couple of days ago, and maybe it will be finished sometime before Robert Pattinson dies of old age. Now, I don't think I'm going out on a limb here by saying the DCU and Superman hasn't really gotten off to the strongest of starts, and it's had its problems. So despite what James Gunn says about James Gunn's DCU, Superman needs to not only be a hit, it needs to be a walk-off home run. And as far as the marketing for this film is concerned, which is really important on a scale from Rachel Zegler to 10, I'd give it a 6. If you take James Gunn out of the equation, I'd give it an 8. But at least as far as insufferable political Hollywood was concerned, they pretty much stayed out of it until now. Thanks to Variety's Mark Milken, the bane of the adult pretender and friend of YouTubers everywhere.
Oh, look at
James has said that Superman is an immigrant story, that it is political. MAGA today was getting a little upset that he called Superman an immigrant. I wanted to get your reaction.
Somebody needs a hug. It's just a movie, guys. It's just a movie.
It is exactly what the movie is about, I think.
Yeah, I would pause it real quick.
Support.
I would literally, if that was my brother and I was walking in the background when he did this, I would have punched him dead in his throat. like around. You know what I'm saying? Not even
right.
like just like get him out of here. I feed you idiot.
Yo, I don't understand. They don't do media training with these guys. You know. At this point, I would absolutely have media training with all my actors, all my people in it, and it's just like the words woke are not supposed to come out. You don't talk about levels of queerness or representation or anything. Remember the Star Wars girls when Acolyte came out? They were like, "This is the queerest Star Wars ever." I'm like, that's not an advertisement for this stuff.
Exactly. No, none of that, man. None of it.
Our people, we love our immigrants. Yes, Superman is an immigrant. And yes, the people that we support in this country are immigrants. And if you don't like that, then you're not American.
Whoa, you haven't seen it yet?
That was certainly the last thing James Gunn and the Warner Brothers executives needed, but not to worry. The Warner Brothers handpicked social media influencers who were offered a free screening and free drinks are here to the rescue with a diverse set of unique and authentic reactions.
Hashtag Superman is a triumph for the new DC universe. It's a comic book movie brought to beautiful live-action life, brimming with hope and fulfillment. It actually elicited tears of joy from me. Hashtag Superman is a triumph for the new DC universe. It's a comic book movie brought to beautiful live-action life. Hashtag Superman is the perfect comic book movie. It felt like I was at my local comic shop reading a Superman book as the characters leapt off the pages. And movie scoops. It's a comic book brought to beautiful live-action life, brimming with hope and fulfillment. It actually elicited tears of joy from me. Hashtag Superman is fun, heartfelt, and feels like a comic book come to life. Hashtag Superman is a thoroughly entertaining reboot, yielding many sequences that feel like they were ripped straight from a Golden Age comic book. Hashtag Superman left me with a giant, happy, dumb grin. David Cornsweet embodies Superman in such a perfect way.
I admit that it's true that a lot of these people are hitting the same points, and that is odd. That's I'm. It's true.
Very
Somebody
odd.
wrote this for them. Like AI wrote this for them, and the company paid them to post it. Right.
Right.
It doesn't delegitimize Superman.
Did you know there's an X account called Grace Randolph out of context? I'm only did I find that was because I was looking.
I actually do know that one. my favorite is that if you look a couple years back, they posted a GIF of her waking up on a couch drunk, like after a night of drinking. It's just a quick thing. And I'm like, how did they get this video? It's so weird. It's like a 3-second video. She like gets this and she stumbles around. And I'm like, where the fuck? Like, who is this hater? It's like her sister or something.
So I was looking on her X to see if like what she said about it. Let's see. Fascinating. Saying opening as Man of Steel, but it's early, could still get closer to the Batman. Movie math Sunday. I won't be popping in. Yeah, that's all she had to say. Okay, we'll see. I don't know if she had an official review yet. Matt says it didn't make him change his mind. I still like Nerdrotic. Yeah, Matt, listen, man, I like you, and that's all that matters is that we like each other. I just know that Nerdrotic has a viewpoint. Right?
As he says, instead of not all heroes wear capes, it should be not all heroes have papers.
Boom! That's amazing. Welcome in, Carmen.
And Carmen, what up? D Love says sister. Oh, she's saying to Carmen. I thought she was referencing the show. I was like, what does that have to do with Superman?
So she didn't do a review. She's got a spoiler review, and I don't have the energy for that. Go ahead, let's continue.
No, here's what it is. I watched her spoiler review. As usual, there's some things that are gold. I'm like, that's gold. Other times she says things that are so deranged. I'm just like, go see a therapist. Go see. She had a whole section for all the things that annoyed her that she thought were sexist and creepy and weird, and they're just like normal things.
What, in Superman?
Yeah. Here's what it is. She has an entire section for it, but I'm telling you right now, there's like nothing creepy or weird in this movie. But she decided to list the things that annoy her. So like, in example, there's a section. This is not even a spoiler at all. There's a section of the movie where he's getting hated on the internet, and somebody says he has a harem. They're like, Superman has a harem of women, right?
Yeah.
She said that made her feel uncomfortable. That joke. This little like 2-second joke.
That's craziness, man. That's absolute craziness.
So, like I said, go see a therapist. Normal people don't have your back on this one. Sometimes she has some good observations. What is Matt Cat said? He said Grace did a non-spoiler review. Oh, she did. Okay. Because I saw her spoiler review.
Just so you know, man,
so low. I've seen it, and low. I give it an 85. I will say I didn't care for the first act. It took me a little while to get into it, but once it starts cooking, I think it is cooking. Very different tone from the last DC. It's very pro superhero, very pro comic accuracy, less edgy, less grim, dark, edgy. It depends how you like your comic books, right?
It depends how you like your stuff. You know what? I wasn't gonna go see it. I was literally gonna just dodge this one, but you know what? I might go check it out for $10 on Sunday. That's the only way I'm saying it. $10. I'm not. How much?
No, I feel that.
How much did you pay to see it?
I ended up paying 13. Saw the matinee.
All right.
That's how I like to see a movie when it comes out. It's the first Thursday matinee. I gotta say, this is horrible. You shall all hate me for what I'm about to say. You know how I'm able to pay such low prices on like a good time slot? It's because of that Joker mass shooter. So let me explain, guys. Back in the day, in order to see the first time the movie comes out, it would be Thursday at midnight going into Friday.
Yeah.
So people would stay up and watch the midnight one. I used to do that all the time when I was a young man. I had great energy, right? Then that dude dresses up like the Joker and shoots up a screening of Batman.
Yeah.
And since then, they've now lowered when the previews are. They don't do the midnights anymore. They're scared of the midnights. So they take what would have been a midnight showing and they put it at like 2 p.m.
Or you can catch a 10. There's still midnight somewhere, but certain places.
I'm sure, obviously. But I'm just saying, so I always go to you're right. I've gotten them as early as like 11. This time I got a 2 o'clock matinee of the first day of Superman. It was great.
That's a great time to go see a movie, man. To be honest with you, during the afternoon.
I loved it, man. I loved it. I usually go alone. Because I don't want to negotiate with people with where I sit or like when we get there. Got a tub of popcorn and a soda and just had myself a good time.
Yeah, I hit you up and you were like, I already got my tickets.
You understand? Mad people have tried to get me to change that plan that I had already. People are trying to hit me. They're like, "Yo, let's go see Superman. Let's go." And I'm like, "When?" They're like, "Saturday night." I'm like, "Fuck you." I no spoilers are gonna mess with me. I am seeing it Thursday.
Matt said he took his kids to go see it. Spent $70. Yes, that's it.
Children can't wait for them.
I'm taking the whole family, the entire family, to go see Fantastic Four.
That's gonna be a fun time, though. It's like a family movie. It's superhero family. That's so cute. God bless.
Yeah, it should be a good time, man. I was wondering if Superman was the movie that we were gonna do it, but none of my kids were that interested in it.
Oh man, it just says, hey, that clip of Grace drunk is actually her when she used to work for Indie Mogul. It's a skit or a bit that they were doing. Okay. It looked real. It really did look real. I was just like,
Matt with the deep lore. Good stuff.
He's got that Grace Randolph lore.
There we go.
He says, I agree. I thought that the first act was a little off. Yeah, it was hard for me the way they started. It's like it was hard for me to adjust, especially since it's a new universe. You gotta have a good end and beginning.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. Work.
He says, I like you too, Steve. Lowe says, I was feeling uncertain about it, but it certainly did find its legs. And I gotta say, another thing, top tier, Lex is amazing. Next, I'd have to say, I like Corn Sweat and Lois together. I like their chemistry. It was like sexiness.
Corn Sweat, did you say?
Yeah, David Cornsweat is Superman.
Oh, okay. I was like, is this a slur for what we call people from farms?
Oh, that would be good. That would actually be a really good insult. I'm going to say that to a farm boy next time I run into one.
You listen here, Cornsweat.
No, but David Cornsweat is Superman, and then I forget, this chick, she plays the marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
That's what she's from. Does that show still come on? Everyone loved that show. I always thought that show was kind of like a freaking industry plant. I was like, is it that good? Like people,
I didn't mess with it. It's not my subject matter.
It's like The Handmaid's Tale. I'm like, do people actually love the show, or is it just propaganda?
Yeah, Lowe says some of the writing isn't great. It's a bit too exposition-y. Yes, I totally agree with that. There's a lot of that. He had some problem with that. And then Ken says, guys, I have clips of Grace doing improv in the club and stuff. Do you really?
Send it.
Why are we watching this? I'm kidding. Do you want to watch a little more of this? Is there more magic to derive from this?
Like 2 more minutes. See, let him. Yeah.
Actual comic book movie come to life. Hashtag Superman is a triumph. David Cornsweat steals the show. Well, I would hope so. A cinematic triumph. James Gunn's hashtag Superman is his magnum opus, rating 10 out of 10 from the completely objective Everything DCU.
So after all of the hype and the genuine reactions from the handpicked Warner Brothers influencers, the polite discourse between the Snyder fans and the Gunn fans and the general James Gunness of it all, how was the movie? Well, it turns out James Gunn's Superman is Superman's James Gunn, and not in a good way. And I'm a fan of the guy's work, concerns work, and a guy.
His background music is really, really deep cut, deep lore. I'm pretty sure that's the background music Neo. No, it's not Neo. No, it's what Deacon Frost was listening to in Blade when he.
No way! Are you serious?
Yeah, it plays it. The music he's listening to plays at Blade at some point. I'm almost positive.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
god, that's insane.
Well known for successfully taking misfit
I
characters
will say,
from the
I
comic
never
books and
cared
bringing
for-
them to
I
life,
never
including a
get
talking
comfortable with
raccoon.
the
Do this with
Superman
a traditional superhero.
Never
And a
liked
guy
it,
known
never
for
frozen.
ensemble
I don't
pieces
like
have
that.
a singular focus on that traditional superhero? Can a guy known for irreverent humor that led to the creation of the now
Dragon,
trademark
you become
Marvel
free.
humor dial it down and make something fun yet earnest like Iron Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, and yes, Donner's Superman? And after watching James Gunn's Superman, those concerns
Sam
were
Raimi's
justified.
Spider-Man was earnest. What?
Oh my god, your reaction is great, bro.
Wait, he just used the word earnest and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
One of the most campy movies ever made, and it's campy on purpose. This was Sam Raimi's interpretation of Spider-Man in the, what was that, early 2000s, late 90s? Maybe he probably didn't mean to use that word. Go ahead. That's my bad. Sorry, I'm not writing.
Yeah, I think sometimes I don't think he thinks when he writes. I think as long as it sounds good. I'm just saying, like, I don't take it seriously that he said that.
It's nostalgia core.
He's like, as long as it helps prove his point, I think he's going to say it or whatever. I think that's how he writes.
Yeah.
Lowe says the reason it feels a bit off is I think he tries to drop you an established world, but so much is going on. It relies on awkward one-liners. Yes, so Lowe, I wish I could respond to that because I have a really deep feelings about what you're talking about, but I don't. It would spoil. Those would be spoilers. My explanation. I'm saving it from a YouTube video, but I feel exactly what you're talking about.
Looking forward to that.
Thank you. First of all, Steve, Handmaid's Tale was a great show, says Bex.
I don't think you really like it. I think you're obligated.
Dragon Lady. Catch on the flippity flop.
I get it, Bex. I'm obligated to say I like Blade 3, right? Blade Trinity.
He says, I'll get it to you guys after I'm off work. Yo, thank you, brother. I would love to see those. It might give me a new appreciation for Grace Randolph, and I realize that I've been so hard on her, even though she she blocked me for no fucking reason. So, but maybe seeing her do stand up will make me feel nice about her. When you're trying to establish the rules of a universe in a new tone, new characters, hard to do that the way Gunn did it. Yes. I absolutely.
The thing that's going to blow your mind as an intelligent person, Lo. He didn't have to put himself in this corner. He didn't have to make this as difficult as he did on himself, man. In fact, I will never 100% buy into the BS marketing excuse that it was just too much dead baggage from the Snyderverse. No, there were things that were working. But I can tell you what you could have done. If you're going to fire anyone, Gal Gadot, fire her, bro. She's a horrible actress. Let's get her out of there. No one would have been upset by her being recast as Wonder Woman. Not one of you would have actually cared if she was recast as Wonder Woman.
No, I would care. I would certainly care.
No, you wouldn't.
You know what it is? Because I hate recasts. And so if I was going to, I hate that some of the actors, I want a hard reboot. Not a single back. I don't care about Momoa was born by Lobo. Still wouldn't cast himself.
Listen to me. Definitely don't bring your wife back. That's one way to make sure people don't look at you funny. But what I'm saying is, like, he didn't he didn't have to make it this hard on himself. In all honesty, man, I do think if Black Adam would have hit like gangbusters, we'd be looking at the Rock verse versus the Gun verse right now. That is 100% a fact. But
what's wrong with the Blade Trinity? I thought the trilogy or just actual Trinity, the third one. The third one certainly wasn't my favorite. I thought 2 were way better than 3.
Yeah, 3, the uncut version, DT Berlin is superior. The theatrical version, which I saw on 125th Street when it came out, was I left the theater. I was ready to cope. Even before he used that word, I was defending it. I was like, you just don't understand the complexities of the story.
You know what, here's what it is. I do defend it because a lot of people say it's the worst movie. I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's a horrible movie. It's not as good as its first two.
Yeah, I mean, there's some great fight scenes in there for sure. That scene with Ryan Reynolds fighting Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, that was an amazing fight scene.
What else we got over here?
Don't you ever just
people online trying to connect Blade to sinners?
Who said
that? Izzy. Yeah, no way, bro.
Yeah, no, they're crazy, man.
Blade agree. They can find a better Wonder Woman. Here's what it is. I think they can. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand. I think he's making a mistake. I think he's tiptoeing around a lot of things, and he's not being an alpha. And if I was given the DC universe, I would fire everybody. Nobody comes back. All new actors, all new fresh start.
Yeah, I don't think you need to make it that hard.
Peacemaker. Here's what it is. I might continue Peacemaker, but I wouldn't have it connected to my universe. And then another thing is, I would definitively at day one have a sit down with Matt Reeves, and I go, you either bring in the Batman into our universe, or you can get the steppings, because Batman belongs to us, and you're just some nerd in a bow tie.
Yeah, now that is probably a stance I would take. I'm like, look, we'll bring Ben Affleck back. We'll get him sober. We'll get him straightened out. We'll get this movie released. All right, we're pushing 48 minutes on this one segment. You ready to move on to our last one for the night?
Well, okay. I was thinking we call it.
Oh, okay. Well, no. I have just a little bit.
Okay, you know what?
I can
see the conviction in your eye. Now, I needed to go to bed. I haven't slept in days because I'm changing my cable company. Long story, guys. But you know what? I'm going to forego my sleep because I know you got a story. You've got an important story.
This is going to take 15 minutes. We don't even have to pull up videos. We just got to talk back and forth. I and the audience. We don't have to pull up videos. I just want to know, first and foremost, as a Trump supporter. I'm not even going to associate as a MAGA, right? I'm just going to say you're a Trump.
Going that way.
You're a Trump supporter. How did you feel in the moment in regards to the Epstein files not existing? The client list, the Epstein list. How did you feel?
So, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
Cope?
No. It's not cope. Here's what it is. Everyone is naive to think we would ever see that client list. I believe A, there absolutely was a client list. B, it's in the hands of Israeli operatives, and there is a 0% chance that would ever happen. You know why? Rich white guys do not get in trouble, particularly for sex crimes, particularly for political corruption.
Right.
So, and people are like, what about your big daddy Trump? Daddy Trump's on it. Yeah, probably. Him and all of Washington. You know what I'm saying? And like, it just is what it is.
Here's the funny thing. The one thing I don't believe, just based on the chronological order, I'll just lay this out to you. And again, this is just a belief. I'm open to being wrong. If they had anything to do with Trump on those damn files, don't you think the previous administration would have released that?
Well, you know what it is? Because I think so. I think the previous administration's real bosses took those files, and I think that the Democratic Party is in the pocket of a certain government.
I think it's both parties, and I think this is mutual assured destruction. And I think this might be the one time where I believe Trump is an outsider, where they're probably like, listen, we've put up with your BS up until this point. if you in any way, shape, or form incriminate the Dark Emperors and his heralds,
right.
murder you and everyone you know.
I absolutely do. I do think, and I think they have the files on all of them. I think Clinton's in it as much as Trump. I obviously have no proof of this. This is allegedly, guys. Please don't sue us. By the way, I don't have any money to be sued. So, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't. Here's what it is. I think people are naive to think they were ever going to come out. And Pam Bondi's an idiot. Forever assuring people she was going to show the world the list. She's an idiot.
This is so fascinating to me to see this whole thing play out because Andrew Schultz is, Andrew Schultz of the Flagrant podcast, friend of Joe Rogan.
Oh, I know him.
He is not what I would call a conservative. Like, in fact, I don't care how much you may espouse conservative beliefs if you don't live conservatively, and at least in the classic sense, you're just someone that says
he's a grifter who's jumping onto the bandwagon right now. Here's what it is. He never says he's a conservative, but he espouses conservative-esque ideas on his stand-up so that you think that he is. But if you really ever hear him talk, he says a bunch of shit, which is contrary to Republican and also decent beliefs.
Yeah, he's a libertarian for sure, because that's my view of libertarians. But even he said recently, he's like, I voted for Trump because I was looking for authenticity and I was looking for the truth and someone that was going to be anti-establishment. And do you think this is the nail in the coffin? Parker Rosie was amazing in that movie. Thank you, Matt. Do you think this is the nail in that coffin for Trump, where people now see him as completely a part of the system? For God's sakes, Alex Jones almost threw up in his car, man.
So you know why? So I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you, like, this is about the sheeple nature of not Americans, just people, just lame ass people. People have short memories, and what it is like, I'll give you an example. Probably the biggest conspiracy, like real tangible conspiracy that has ever happened in America is the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And we never got answers, and we didn't even get answers to who assassinated his assassin.
Right.
The crazy nature of the bullets, all these things going on, and people demanded questions or answers. They never got them, and they moved on with their fucking lives because American people have other shit to do than to worry about the shit. And right now they're pissed. They're like, fuck this shit. Trump is part of it. Blah, blah, blah. I promise you, in 3 months, they're going to be bitching about something else. They're going to forget about
100%. Also, secretly, Trump got a couple of W's. I should have wrote this down in my notes so I could have talked about it. He did get a couple of W's leading up to this that kind of offset, I think, lighten the hit on this a little bit. What was it? Oh, right. It has something to do with the community, which I'm not allowed to criticize in any way, shape, or form on YouTube. Not Israel, the other community.
No. I the alphabet people.
Yes, but he had some W's going on there. Here's what I think, my brother. You know what makes life really simple to me? I don't categorize evil. I just call it evil.
Right.
And so that way I've learned not to get caught out there. This is not about winning an argument. It's just about what it is, right? And evil people, unrepentant people, non-God-fearing people can do anything. And it doesn't surprise me when they do these things. I just wonder how much longer people are going to have so much hope in a man-made system that is clearly corrupt, right? Now, again, I don't ever want that door to swing open and a John Wick-esque figure comes out and pops me in the back of my head. But I agree with the sentiment in regards to, did you think the list existed? Yes. Poor Prince Andrew is proof that there was a list, because how did they find him? Well, one of his accusers pointed him out. Oh, let's also not forget that one of the people who were an accuser of, these monsters almost died 3 times and then ultimately did die.
Oh yeah, that was why. That's like, look at that. It's so obvious. How do people not see it? And that's what it is. Here's what it is. People are so distracted with their own lives, but it's like it's like a monster has swooped down and it's eating another human 5 feet from you, and you say, as long as I don't look at it, it won't attack me.
Yeah, because
So
if I
just
look
look
at it, then it will attack me. And also, I have to worry about the other monster, which you so eloquently put. So let me just be redundant in it. People are worried about their day-to-day life, man. So even though this travesty, this miscarriage of justice just happened, right, where it's only one of two possibilities. You made this political grandstanding theater, or there was a list, right? And both things are horrible if they're being suppressed. But I got too much other stuff to worry about. Eggs. The price is going up, right? Gas is going up. I might have to start paying for drinking water. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like out of fear of all these things, I probably will forget in a month or so.
And people totally forget. And like Trump, he's been getting a lot. I think he's been getting a lot of W's. He's very popular right now. A lot of people don't want to admit how popular he is right now. He's more popular now, according to polls, than he was when he was elected. He's going up in the things. And so as long as he stays this course, basically, once again, this is a simple thing. Take notes, Democrats. If you give the people what you campaigned on, people will like you whether you're an asshole or not.
But this was one of the things he campaigned on. So I'm just asking.
I know this is a lot. This is definitely an L. This is definitely. I'm not saying it's not unbesmirched, but hopefully, here's what I'm saying. Hopefully, he'll keep winning. And people will sweep it under and move on. I admit that this was dumb, but I think it was totally naive and insane of both Trump and Pam Bondi to tell people we're going to release the files of JFK, the biggest conspiracy ever, release this Epstein file. Here's what it is. More powerful, evil wizards have possession of these documents. There's no way it's sitting in an FBI filing cabinet. There's just no way.
Hey, Matt, you have a great night too, man. Thank you for the support. We appreciate you.
Yo, love you, brother. Live the dream. See
I
ya.
agree, man. And then on top of that, releasing this footage of not his cell, 10 hours of footage that's not his cell, which has been augmented clearly.
And here's the thing. Did she not check it? Is she not smart? What is going on here?
Oh, and they lined her up so quick, bro. It's like amazing how the machine works. I thought my job lined people up. You remember they did the poor what's-his-face at the place we used to work. They got him out of there quick. They don't snap you.
Yes. Oh, my God.
But like the government is like, woo. But even then, I wonder if they tell them ahead of time, like, hey, we're going to make you the FBI director. This is going to happen. And you're going to publicly be very upset about it. But privately, you're going to take this check and you're going to shut up and resign. And you're going to be our scapegoat. But just like Ollie North, who should have died for high treason, you'll be able to be a Fox correspondent in about 10 years or so.
Yeah, exactly. Are you kidding me? 3 years, two or 3 years. Yeah. But no, I do agree. You know what? It'd be nice if you actually told the patsy they're going to be the patsy. I would appreciate that if they said, look, Mantis, you're gonna fall on your sword, and the world is going to hate you. And they're going to think you're the biggest idiot in the world, but we're going to pay you. I'm like, oh, thank you. Better than that be a surprise that do you open up the file? You're like, behold the Epstein files, and you're like, this is a receipt for McDonald's. Like that's the only thing in the file. So I think it's better that you at least tell them. So I hope they told her they gave her a fat check. Pat Bondi hyped that shit up so hard. She's such a cock tease. Fuck her.
Bro, it's insane. And then they invite the independent media to the White House, set those poor bastards up, make them think that they're going to be a part of something great, hand them binders that say Epstein files, and it's already information that everyone's seen. And then they allow them to be photographed with those things. It's the perfect patsy play, bro. And again, I'm not going to keep you up past 15 minutes, man, but is this the Asmund Gold video? Just click this shit. This shit is hilarious, man.
Let's check it out.
Pardon my language, folks. I
didn't think things could get worse. Wait, metadata shows that the FBI's raw Jeffrey Epstein prison video was likely modified?
Independent video forensics experts concluded the raw 10-hour prison footage was modified. Rather than being a direct export from the prison surveillance system, the footage was modified using Adobe Premiere Pro. The file appears to have been assembled from at least 2 source clips, saved multiple times, exported and then uploaded to the DOJ website. The development comes as Deputy Director of the FBI, Dan Bongino, reportedly took the day off after clashing with Attorney General Pam Bondi over the handling of the prison footage.
Breaking news, sources tell CNN that Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, he's considering resigning over the continued...
As of right now, it has not been confirmed by anyone that we can call credible. This is only being reported on, but Wired also reported the same thing, that apparently it looks like this thing was like they hired your local YouTube editor to do this in Adobe.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have a Black Ops version of Adobe. they found it on some ghetto shit. Like, I mean, but it's upsetting that they don't even put any effort in their conspiracy.
They didn't try. Love you too, D. Have a good night. Beck said this is ghetto. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, no, so funny. But I never thought it was really going to happen. I knew JFK wasn't going to happen, and so it makes sense that Epstein, just think about how many people that would bring down.
Yeah, MLK.
We're never going to get the answers on any of these things. The real perpetrator, let's get real, is the government.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
In which in this case, we're talking about Epstein, which the real perpetrator is Israel.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
Whoa. So thank you for coming through for another Fanboy Modeling School on Riz Radio.
I'm gonna end up disappearing, right? Oh man, why did I do it to myself? Why? The real question is, did you have fun?
I had a great time tonight, man. Feels good to be back in the saddle, man. It feels good to be I hate being sick. It's the worst feeling on earth. Sunday night. RizRadio.com. Mic check. Tuesday nights. RizRadio.com. Mic check. 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. I'll see you out there.
Fat Mantis, RizRadio.com. Brewing your degree Sunday, 6 p.m. Burn your Sunday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. RizRadio.com. There we go.
Good night.
I was almost as lazy as you. Anyway, peace. We have 5,000. Thank you.